I represent a sea of change, and I will be your next state senator for District 21, the state of California. And I'm so proud to be an American. I'm so proud that I have served this country for 6 years defending your rights to freedom. And now I'm going to defend your rights at the state. Thank you so much. According to the EDD, Employment Development Department, unemployment rate for Lancaster is 15%. 15%. And within Lake Los Angeles, 16%. And one of the highest communities is 19.3%. So I have a job plan. I have a job plan. I've rolled my sleeves up to create a job plan. I do agree that we have too many regulations. And because of the too many regulations, we have many companies that have left California. California has become an unfriendly state to many small businesses and large businesses. And one area that I want to talk about briefly that has been affected quite a bit are the truckers, business trucking. So what has happened is that's an oppressive regulation that has happened within the trucking industry. We need to roll back some of the regulations. Another area related to the truckers have talked to me about the fact that when they get a ticket, they can't go to traffic school. They cannot go to traffic school. That's an oppressive regulation that I've heard. That's a regulation that needs to be rolled back. Roll back the taxes, roll back many of these regulations so that we can keep companies here in California, have these companies stay in California, products can be made in California, jobs can be kept in California. Thank you so much. So one of the solutions that I've come up with, in case Prop 30 does not pass, is that I want to put through an emergency tax regulation. I want to impose an emergency tax against the banks and against the oil companies. Because currently we have oil companies within California that aren't paying any tax at all while they're here in our state. So what I'm suggesting is that we tax the banks and the oil companies. Let's not forget, remember the banks, they got bailed out, but we the people got sold out. So what I want to do is put an emergency tax regulation, and I want to tax the banks and the oil companies, and the tax from that emergency tax will go towards the schools, go back towards the schools from K through higher education, and that is the safety guard there. And I must say one thing too, we can't forget history, and we cannot let history repeat itself. In 2008, our government raided educational funds by $16 billion. $16 billion they took from our children, our future leaders of tomorrow. And then for fiscal 2010, our government took from redevelopment funds $5 billion. That's cumulatively $21 billion. The other thing that I want to put in the safety guard is that every time a legislator puts an educational bill on the books, there must be language within that bill that prohibits the government from raiding educational funds, from diverting educational funds, from borrowing educational funds. Thank you so much.